Namaste, beautiful friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Tarot. This is a casual Friday, or when I lived in Hawaii, Aloha Friday. So happy Aloha Friday to you. And I was just had some time off today. So I've been doing some self-care rituals, and I thought, what better than to spend a little time with you? So we're going to get started on a reading, and this is kind of like good news reading. What is good news? We need a little good news. So feels like everyone I know is going through some sort of crisis right now. So it's like a mass energy of crisis. Don't know what's going on in the energy. Haven't looked at the astrology, but I do know that we still have this new moon in Scorpio energy lingering, and it is about going deeper. And it feels like there's a dredging energy. I live just north of Destin, but I grew up very near Destin when I was a little girl, and they used to dredge the harbor, and they used to have a big barge, and it had a dredge on it, and it would just dredge up all of this stuff. It feels like that. So yeah, so let's get started with divine abundance. I know the deck is kind of upside down, and I guess somehow or another I reshuffled wrong, but I don't read oracles in reverse, so it's not going to bother me. So let's see. Let's see if there's some good news on the horizon for the weekend. This is a timeless reading, so if you've been resonating with some of the timeline readings that I'm doing, you will. This may be immediately applicable, but if you're watching this video and you feel like you resonate and it's a year from now, it's still valid because we're all on different timelines, but the energy comes in layers. So, all right, we got a couple of things coming out already. We have this divine source energy, and this to me right away gives an energy of gratitude. Let's see if I can pull my light down a little bit so you can see. There we go. All right, I have to have my glasses. Help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. This is divine source. So it's basically trust and allowing. Trust that divine source has a plan, even though you may be going through some turbulent energy right now. It's just maybe a clearing. Maybe this is being dredged up to be cleared. Just keep that perspective, because we have karma and surrender, and they're color matched. So they came out together, and as many times as I've shuffled this deck, these two cards coming out together is not a coincidence. So there is nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. It feels there's that dredging energy. It feels like there's some karma. I know there's it looks like I have, Joker eyes. Sometimes learning to surrender can feel as though you're dying. The ego learns what is hardest to stop trying to control the whole universe. Let's read that again. The ego learns what's hardest to stop trying to control the whole universe. So that's the surrender card. So there's some karma being cleared. It's being dredged up. Could be from a past life, but it doesn't feel that way to me. It feels like this is some going deeper. That's dredging up of this energy to be cleared. That's exactly what this is. So you just have to trust and allow, which is the surrender card. Trust and allow. You hear me say that all the time. I'm going to pull from the Lover's Oracle and find out if this has to do with your connection, because you're probably here because you have a divine connection of some sort, deep level soulmate or a twin flame, which we've been talking a lot about the last couple readings. So may want to check those out if you've been on Netflix. I did address some of that. And thank you for all your comments, and thank you to all of my subscribers. I appreciate your support. Your energy helps me to really stay activated here. You know, I come here every day, almost every day, because I know that you're there supporting me, and that means everything to me. And I'm glad that we have like an intimate group, and I love all your comments and sharing your perspectives and stories with me. It means a lot. It feels like we are all definitely connected. Feels like we are energetically connected. Maybe that's why you're here. But this is just not shuffling nicely. Okay. What do we need to know? Things just kind of keep falling apart as much as I try and put them back together. Okay, so we have the balance card. Now, we saw the temperance card yesterday. We talked about balance yesterday. So this reading may be connected to yesterday's reading, so you may want to check that out. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Okay, so there's a saying, something about not speaking your truth is a form of... Speaking your truth is a form of self-care, and keeping the peace, not speaking your truth just to keep the peace, is a form of betrayal to yourself. Everybody has a right to express themselves. Now, how you do it is important too, but everybody has a right to express themselves. And this is all about balance. This is about being able to take kind of some of the turbulence with the flow. And it feels like with this karma coming up and the surrender, there's some turbulence going on in somebody's life. If this is you, then this reading may help. But it feels like you just have to surrender. I actually got a frantic phone call last night from someone who was just like, I'm just having a terrible day. And I said, okay, how can I help? And really there was nothing I can do except to listen and give support. But I've had multiple phone calls like that this week. People just wanting to kind of vent because this stuff is being dredged up. And it's confrontational. This energy is very confrontational. I know there's some sort of a Kazemi with Mars. Maybe that's what's driving it. I'll have to check the astrology. Might need to pull on that specifically. You can see that the messages aren't coming easily today. There's it's almost like things are very discombobulated, where normally they're very aligned when I do a reading. Now it's almost like there's a stumbling. I heard the word treacherous. There's somebody in a treacherous situation. Okay, reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. I just said trust and allow. This is somebody that just needs to give somebody else some space and let things work out. Withdraw the energy for a bit. And which is really interesting because that's the advice I had to give. Is just withdraw energy for a bit. Just kind of detach, but you don't detach. You just kind of unlock and drift a little further away, and so that you can give your energy a break and you can give their energy a break. Because the intensity right now is pretty, you can see not even the shuffling is going well today. Things are just having a difficult time. Even a good shuffle is not coming together nicely. So there's something not coming together nicely. Something not coming together nicely. And it's because there's some things being dredged up from the past. And you just need to trust and allow. Just trust that this is happening for a reason. And it may be to pull you out of your comfort zone. I'm just going to pull some cards before I try and interpret the energy, because yeah, now they're flying out. Okay, 2 more or whatever. There we go. Okay, let me put all these together and we'll just get a message. All right. 1, 2, 3 came out together. This was crossing. I hope 7 of Swords is in reverse. There's some good news. Okay. I'll put these over here. All right, so the first 3 cards that came out is the 4 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the King of Wands. Now, King of Wands could be a Leo energy, a fire sign energy, but there's also kind of a energy of strength with that lion. It could be pride, but it feels like strength. Somebody was really unclear as to what they really wanted. I'm hearing self-doubt. There was some self-doubt. And so that self-doubt was affecting what they really wanted, because it feels like what they really wanted was something that was kind of beyond their reach, beyond their capabilities, expertise, financial limitation. But then there was like an epiphany, or they learned something, or there was like a decision. Like one minute it was questionable, the next minute it was definitive. That kind of thing. Almost 2 of Pentacles energy with, but not the struggling and juggling. It just went from one side to the next. And then it's almost like, okay, so I was a little bit skeptical. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to be able to pull this off, or I was going to be able to do this, or this was a viable idea. But then all of a sudden it just powie. And then now somebody's like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna be able to do this. I know exactly what to do now. Somebody was waiting like on this epiphany or a piece of information, maybe. Something that they hadn't quite thought through clearly, but then it's done. Then we have this Hangman. Definitely seeing things. Things have been on hold for quite a while here, and it was because this person wasn't quite sure what to do. Maybe they just needed to clear this karma. That's what it really feels like. Maybe the turbulence in the relationship was holding them back. If this is you, the turbulence in a relationship, kind of not knowing whether this is a viable relationship, not knowing if this is what you really wanted. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I figured it out. I figured it out. And then we have this Hanged Man. And for some reason, the word dangling is coming through. Dangling. Dangling. My son used to say that. Look, Mom, I'm dangling. When he was hanging upside down like the Hanged Man at the playground. He'd say, look, Mom, I'm dangling. And then we have this 9 of Cups in the reverse and the 10 of Swords in the challenge position. This has been, somebody has been denied something they really wanted because they weren't sure if they wanted it. But inside they really wanted it, but they weren't sure if they really wanted it. Kind of that to and fro, back and forth. I'm not sure if this is what's really meant for me. I'm not sure if this is what's meant to make me happy. There's too much turbulence here. It feels as though this is, I'm getting a situation where it's not a comfortable position. So first of all, it was uncomfortable because somebody wasn't quite sure what they wanted. Second of all, they weren't quite sure this is what they wanted. And it's kind of been excruciating because it's like they're looking at it from both sides, and it's debilitating. This is debilitating. Can't seem to make up your mind. One minute you think, I'm not surprised. I got to check the bottom of the deck. I was looking for Two of Pentacles because it feels very Two of Pentacles. Look, this is the Seven of Cups. This is like, I'm not really sure. There's a lot of not really sure energy here. And it's kind of caused a lot of discomfort. And there's been some things that maybe they're opportunities you missed because you just didn't act, because you've been debilitated, paralyzed. This is a paralyzed by not knowing energy. Now we got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands here. So it looks like the King of Wands, the decision maker, the action taker, is like, yeah, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to take a little courage. It's a little bit of a leap of faith, which describes why I saw the Fool card in the pre-shuffle, which I didn't mention, but I'm mentioning now. But now we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. This, whatever clarity one has gotten, if this reading is resonating with you, it's almost like that's the cure for the karma. Ta-da! That's the cure for the karma. The enlightenment closes the karma. It's no longer an underlying disruption. So somebody finally figured out what they want. Congratulations. So here we have the World card and the Nine of Pentacles. Hello. That's Saturnian energy. Let me check my notes. Could be about... this feels to me like somebody changing it up. Maybe that was the discomfort here. Maybe this is an earth sign that doesn't like change a whole lot. Maybe a fixed sign doesn't like change a whole lot. But basically, you know, I'm gonna change things now so that I can accommodate this new energy. This uplifting energy. This is self-reliant energy. This may mean that somebody's made a change to leave a relationship, to end a relationship, to end a partnership. But it's closing the karma. It feels like it's the cure for karma when we have this Six of Swords coming through. It's almost, and every time I see this card, it's almost like she's pointing, but it's just the wind blowing. But I always get the energy that she's like, demanding that something move, like leave. But it's not. Okay, let's see what else we need to know, because this is really interesting. Somebody has been paralyzed with indecision, and then they get the epiphany. And then all of a sudden, they're like, I got it now. I know exactly what to do. I know exactly how to proceed. I'm going to start taking action. And then you've got this Queen of Wands here that says, ta-da, ta-da. Now, we have this Two of Swords in the reverse, which means the indecision is over. Somebody has gotten the clarity with that Ace of Swords, and they just said, okay, this clarifies it for me. I now know how to move forward. I am no longer paralyzed with indecision. Six of Cups. Four of Swords. And the Wheel. Of course, the Wheel's going to come out. That's Jupiter energy. That's about luck and opportunity. Feels like there has been some... I don't want to say time wasted, but that's what you're going to relate to. Feels like you wasted time waiting for this opportunity to come. And because you were paralyzed with fear, you didn't know exactly what to do, so you did nothing. That's okay. That's okay. The timing is right now. Feels like there's could be about a connection. Could be about a soulmate. Nine of Wands. And some of the energy here, and for some of you, this is going to be ending a relationship. And that's what you've been paralyzed with indecision about. But when you get the epiphany, like, okay, I see now this isn't going to work. That's the closing of the karma. That's the cure for the karma. And it's going to require you to just kind of trust and surrender and allow the divine to guide you to the next thing. Three of Pentacles. Threes to me are catalysts for change. In this one, oh yeah, Magician on the bottom. This could be about a partnership, an alliance, something that you've been waiting for a long time. Okay. It feels like you didn't make this decision because you were waiting on another option to present itself. And then when it kind of did, you were like, okay, I know exactly what to do now. You can't unknow. Yep, under the Magician card, Queen of Swords, Knight of Wands, which is like impulsive decisions. Four of Wands, you know, that means, for me, it can mean a twin flame card. Could be that your twin flame showed up, or you were waiting, or you intuitively knew. And you were just like, you know what? I can't not take this opportunity. I have to do this. Then there's the Death card. Yeah. All right, my lovelies. That is your reading. I hope it helps. I was hoping it was going to be uplifting and good news, but this is the cure for the karma. You got to let it play out. Yeah. Indecision time is over. Okay, I will see you in the next reading. Until then, namaste.